Hey everybody, it's me, Samantha. What up? I am here to try on and test all of the makeup that I bought from Sephora in the recent haul. Not all, because like I bought the Fenty skin tint and I also bought the Good Apple foundation, so I'm not gonna wear both at the same time. But yeah, I just wanted to play with some of the new makeup that I received and kind of see how I feel about it. If you are interested in any of these products, continue watching. If you're new to my channel, my name is Samantha. I am a mom of 3. I work full-time and I'm just a makeup enthusiast. I don't take myself too seriously and neither should you. So yeah, let's get started. I don't have a new primer. As I was looking at everything, I realized that, which is fine. I don't need another primer, but I'm gonna go in with the Norpore Prime Essence. I feel like Touch in Sol doesn't get any hype whatsoever, and I absolutely love all of their primers. They're like, all my favorite primers are the primers that I have from them. So yeah, I like this because it's very lightweight and it feels hydrating, and it does give my skin like a nice smooth slip kind of texture to it, just so that foundation really glides over it. It doesn't do anything for like pore filling or any kind of crazy thing like that, but I do find that when I put foundation on top of this, it just goes a lot smoother and it does make my skin feel hydrated without feeling heavy, because I do have oily skin, so sometimes creamier stuff, although I do love them, can, you know, accentuate or enhance my oily skin. So yeah, so this is what it looks like all primed, like a regular face. Alright, so now we're gonna go into this KVD Good Apple Foundation Balm, and I got it in Tan 60. I'm not 100% sure if this is a good match for me. I have a bad track record for getting foundation matches, so we'll see. It might be slightly dark, which I'm not mad at because I will get tan in the summer and then I can just use it then. But this is what she looks like. And yeah, let's get to putting this on her face. I never wear my hair down, and today I wore my hair down and now I have to pin it. So I always pull my hair back in that like granny bun with all my frizz, because it's easy and I like the way it looks, even though it looks very undone. I don't know about you guys, but I'm down with that. I know it makes me look kind of older, but I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go in with my fingers and then I'm gonna put it on my face. And actually, see, I didn't do too bad. I thought it was gonna be too dark. That doesn't seem the texture. The texture in this reminds me of the Tower 28 blushes, which I did purchase a new shade of that, so I think I'm gonna use that today too and see if they're compatible. I'm probably putting way too much because I never put it on my forehead, but there we go. That's what happens when you talk and you do your makeup at the same time. You just start over applying stuff. Alright, and I'm really enjoying this brush that I got. It's the Morphe foundation brush, the E63. This came with the Morphe foundation, the filter effect that I bought, and I bought that because of Danessa Myricks being involved in it. I just am enthralled with her, so I put the perfect amount because I don't want it to be too full coverage. I have seen like photos on Instagram of people wearing it, and I was kind of nervous that it would be like too full coverage. I like foundations to be pigmented but thin, so like full coverage in the sense that it's pigmented and it'll cover everything, but not full coverage in the sense that it's heavy, like the, you know, what we were traditionally seeing for a long time. I don't have a problem with full coverage. Everybody's into the skin tints, which, you know, I'm not opposed to. I did purchase the Fenty one and I have use that, and I really do like it because it's super pigmented. I've tried other skin tints that literally have zero, you know, close to no pigment whatsoever, and those were the ones that I was like, this is not for me. This is not a situation for me, because I do have hyperpigmentation and stuff that I need to combat. So wow, Samantha, I didn't do too bad. I mean, my forehead is always darker than the rest of my face, so I'm sure you saw that when I was swatching it, like how close it matched my cheek and then the contrast of my forehead, and my forehead's just always darker. Sometimes I don't like to put as much foundation up there because I don't know if you can tell, like it just looks slightly ashy compared to my face. I've had people mention it in some of my past videos, like, you put like no foundation on your forehead, and I'm like, yeah, I do that on purpose because it doesn't really need it. I don't have too much blemishes or anything. Like, my skin's not as bad on my forehead because my acne is more hormonal, so it stays around here, and my forehead doesn't match the rest of my face. So sometimes it's like you either got to cake it on, then I feel like I'm wearing a mask, or I don't know, I can just put less. It looks like bronzer. Alright, so far it looks really good. I do want to put just a smidge right here because I have a little bit of acne marks that are almost creating like a shadow just because of the placement that they're on. So I do like that it comes in this thing and I can just apply it with my finger like this. This is kind of nice. Not exactly what I wanted it to do. Wow, I like it so far. This I didn't buy in the Sephora sale. I purchased in the Ulta sale, but it is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. It's their creamy like Shape Tape situation. I never owned the original Shape Tape because I knew it was matte and I never liked that. So, but I was interested in the creamy one. And then this is not a first impression. I've actually been using this for like a week now. But, oh, so much. Yeah, a little bit goes a long way. It is very creamy. I feel like it's a high-end dupe for the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer, which is kind of bonkers, but it definitely feels like that. I have the shade 36S Medium Tan Sand. I mean, it's easier to find shades and I don't find that it oxidizes at all. It's a good concealer. I got it on sale because they were having, I've had this actually for a while. That was from like the 21 Days of Beauty or something that Ulta did. And I just picked that up for like $14 or something crazy like that. And I was like, well, it's worth a shot to just try it when you get a deal like that on high-end concealer, because usually it could be so much more expensive. It's very light for me, but I can still make it work. I put way too much today. That's the only complaint, is that doe foot applicator. It just has so much product on it that you really don't even need that much product. And I really like this brush. As you can see, it can like fit anywhere. I've done my concealer even with this brush, because look at how it goes right into where you want it. I did purchase the Too Faced I always forget the name, Turn Up the Light palette in medium. I have it in I purchased it in tan. I have medium and I love that one, but I wanted to have tan for the summer, and I'm just gonna use the Soft Focus shade in my under eye because that's really what I purchased it for. I mean, I use the other highlighters in there, but that's just like my go-to right now. Where is the... Alright, I turned the light down a little just so it looks more true to skin. I know the lights help make everything look more flawless and more professional, but I want you guys to see what I actually look like. And yeah, this looks really pretty on the skin. As you can tell, slight ashiness on the forehead, but that, like I said, always happens with foundations that match this part of my face, which is what I match because that's what the rest of my body matches. So that is what it is. So like I said, we're gonna go into the Too Faced Turn Up the Light palette, and I'm gonna use the soft focus powder under my eye, which I think is gonna be a good balance because that concealer is obviously too light. And again, I have it in medium, and I already know that I really like this powder. It's very, very lightweight. And alright, I think that helped with that concealer quite a bit. So I do feel like the concealer is good, but it's a little thick and heavy. But at the same time, when I use this concealer, I don't have to really use color correcting. So that is a plus. It's one less product that I'm putting onto my under eye, which is, you know, obviously a sensitive area. Then I wanted to take a look before I think about setting my face, because I did purchase this and then I didn't get it in a previous Ulta order, blah 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 blah, whatever. I purchased this, it's brand new, I haven't used it. It's the Jaclyn Hill Luminous Powder in Carrots, and I was thinking of setting my face with this because I do like sometimes on occasion doing that, like with my NYX Born to Glow powder, pressed powder. But I want to see what blush I'm going to end up using, because if I'm using a cream, I don't know. I was thinking about using the Tower 28, but I do also have this bronzer. So this is the Tower 28, and then this is the bronzer from Bare Minerals. And this is Power Hour. So I'm just going to swatch them on the back of my hand so I can decide. So this lighter, paler one is the bronzer, and I got that in the shade Kiss of Copper, which was the medium shade. And then this is Power Hour, the blush from Tower 28. Decisions. I think I'm gonna set the face a little, go in with the Tower 28, and then use the bronzer as a topper, and we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be very highlighty. All right, here we go. We're gonna grab some of this Jaclyn Hill powder. Like I said, I don't typically love to set my foundation. I'm just on occasion I do, and I do like that NYX powder because it's, you know, more reflective and makes the skin look very healthy as opposed to looking powdery. Now, I don't like powdering my face for the reason that that's happening right now. So I do kind of see a sheen, like a glow to the skin. It's crazy because the camera's going to make it look amazing. But to me, in person, I feel like my makeup officially looks even more like makeup. Like, obviously makeup looks like makeup, but it just looks like you can see that there is a layer over the skin. I almost liked it better without doing that. But I do sometimes find once you have everything on, if I spray it with a setting spray, it kind of rehydrates the skin and it looks a little less matte. Maybe it's just because it's starting to look a little matte because of the powder, and I'm not crazy about a matte finish, but it does look very glowy and like healthy. Let's see, let's keep it moving. All right, so we're gonna go in with Power Hour, and I'm just going to get my stippling brush. I just put like a little bit down on one cheek and then went in on the other side because I don't want to over apply, because it is a little richer in color. And this is a e.l.f. Stippling brush. that I absolutely love for cream products. It's called the Airbrush Stipple brush. And I don't think I've ever seen this in stores, but you can, I've purchased it online. And I've been tempted to get like a backup of it, but I'm like, girl, you have so many brushes. You don't need it. If I didn't have it, I could live without it, but it is one of my favorite blush brushes, especially for cream product. Looks good. It like melted into everything fine, even with setting it with that powder. It doesn't look crazy. Now I want to go in with the bronzer. And I don't usually even layer blushes. I know some people have to set every cream with the powder. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. They're like using cream bronzer and then they go in with another bronzer on top, and then they give you their opinion on the cream bronzer, and they're like, but you didn't just wear the cream bronzer, you wore, that's really, you know. So this is like me just playing with makeup. I'm not going to give you any kind of opinions on stuff right now when it's like, I'm obviously doing a routine that would affect each product differently. Like, I set that foundation, it would react differently if I didn't set it, and normally I wouldn't. And the same with the blushes. Like, I'm doing a blush on top of a blush. I can tell you though, I do love the Tower 28s, and they last all day, and they're one of the best cream blushes out there because I've used it in other formulas and stuff like that. But like, even this, like, I'm not going to be able to give you a full review on this because maybe it lasts all day because it's on top of the Tower 28, you know. I do like the way this is showing up on my skin, and it's bringing life to my forehead a little bit. I'm using it like a bronzer a little bit because it's called a bronzer. So I think that's the purpose of it, right? It's supposed to make you look sun-kissed, kind of. Yeah, it looks pretty. I like the sheen from it. Alright, so now we're going to play with, I've been waiting to try this. Like, I kept putting it in my cart for like the longest time, and then taking it out and buying other things and like putting it back in my cart. So I finally just purchased it. It's the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette in 002 Glitz. The other one had more like icy shades, and it's, you know, it's just not for my skin tone. This one has, this one's called Glitter Strobe, and then there's Peach, Bronze, and Glitter Strobe Pink Gold. So I'm going to swatch them all on the back of my hand and decide which one I'm going to use. So these were the blushes, but these here are the highlights. This is the Peach, the Bronze, the Glitter Strobe and Gold, and the Glitter Strobe in what shade was that? Pink. I'm gonna go in with the this one here. It's the Glitter Strobe Pink Gold. If I turn it like that, you can probably see it a little bit more true to color. I've gotten more and more into like glittery highlighters. Oh my goodness, I used to not be about it. Ooh, that's so pretty. Oh, can you see that? Oh, it's so exciting. I'm glad that it looks that pretty on the skin because I was worried. Especially with like really luxury brands like Dior and stuff. Some people love their products, and then some people are like, it is not worth the money. They don't have the pigment. They don't have this. They don't have that. And it's like, are you really making a good purchase? Like, are you buying Dior because you're buying the name and the packaging, or is it because the formula is actually good? And it also depends on what your preferences are. If you don't like a lot of pigment, if you just like a sheer thin coat of something, then like obviously something like that is going to appeal to you, but it wouldn't appeal to me. So I'm glad that I put this on, and I really do like it. That makes it well worth the money, you know what I mean? Alright, so for eyes, I didn't purchase any eyeshadow palettes, but I purchased 2 eye products. I got the Danessa Myricks Alien Color Fix Foil, and then I got the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Aura. I do want to put this on, but I feel a little bit more excited about this one just because it's different. It's a unique kind of product to what I have to my collection. It's not something I've never seen, but well, okay, I have swatched this. It's not something that I've never seen before formula wise. The fact that it's like multi-chrome ish is new to me, but I used to get these little tubes. They almost look exactly like this. The top was different from, I want to say they were like Estee Lauder, and they were like little tubes like this with eyeshadow. I had like blue and I had purple. I used to get them at like Macy's back in, I'm gonna date myself, in the early 2000s. My little high school paycheck, and I would go to the mall, and they came in a tube, and the consistency reminds me of that. But obviously this has like that dual chrome kind of situation going on with it that makes it unique. So yes, I want to try this and play with this first. So here we go. I'm going to put a little bit on my forefinger, and then I want to try to do it with my finger first because if you've watched any of my videos, you know I like to use my fingers for like metallic stuff, but I just have a brush in hand in case I need it, which I am gonna kind of use to blend the edges. I don't know if you can see that because I kind of found myself crouching down. Let me zoom in. All right, this is what that looks like. I am gonna add just a little bit to the outer part. As you can see, I did get a good amount of product here. I have definitely very oily eyelids. I also kind of have like a slight mono lid situation. I don't know. How many of you out there is so confused when they're trying to figure out your eye shape for makeup? Because I'll tell you what, right now, I feel like I figured out how to put makeup on my eyes, but I am still confused about my eye shape. I don't know what it is. Like, is it hooded? Is it monolid? It's not quite a monolid like Asian eyes, but it's kind of. And I see a lot of mixed things. You see hooded eye videos and it's like their eyes are deep set into their sockets so that, yes, they are kind of like, oh, I'm making a mess now. Let me shut up and finish this first. You see how I got that everywhere? Very, very beautiful and sparkly. I don't even know if you can really catch it on camera how beautiful it looks, or the shifts. I can see definitely like the green, the peachy gold, the pink. I don't know if it's catching on camera or if it could be caught on camera. It dries really, really quick, which I like because, as you can see, I have a lot of creasing in my lid and they're kind of hooded, or I don't know what you want to call them. And so that's really nice. But you have to work super, super fast. They kind of remind me, oddly enough, to the You Can Be liquid eyeshadows that you can get for like $5 for $13 on Amazon or something like that I have, where if you layer it up, it's gonna potentially be crumbly, but if you work fast, it can really, really be beautiful. I am interested to see how they last through the day. I'm probably gonna leave a pinned comment in the description box below to let you guys know if I find that that's the case, if it gets crumbly and like patchy and weird throughout the day. But it looks really pretty. I am actually gonna go into that Hourglass Aurora glitter eyeshadow and just use that as my inner corner because I think that would be quite pretty with this. So yeah, that brings in a lot of brightness. All right, we're gonna zoom back out and do lips. I'm gonna do my eyebrows with some products I got from Ulta. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch, and then the Wet n Wild's Brow Sessive. I like going in with this first. I know a lot of people draw in the little individual hairs after, but my brows are done, and I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. You guys probably seen this 5 trillion times, and I am just now trying it for the first time. So, I'm super duper late to the game with this mascara. I like that the wand reminds me of the It's Cosmetics Superhero, which is my favorite. And I've been trying really hard to, you know, find something that's similar for me that's a lot cheaper. Alright, this is the mascara and how it looks on my little itty bitty baby lashes. I have to say it looks good on initial application, and we'll see how I like it for the future. For lips, I have 2 products. I have the Cashapp Tower 28 lip gloss, and then I also picked up this product I've never seen, Sephora. I don't really look at Sephora collection too much, but they had this lip rouge lacquer, and it reminds me of all the other skin tint balm type situation. So I'm gonna go in with this first, and then maybe add the gloss on top, or switch it depending on how I feel. I forget what shade I got. I can't even really read this. It says number 9. Oh my goodness. 9165A. If that's helpful. Oh, I do like that. It's like a nice peachy nude. I like the that it has the color here on the top, but you never know, sometimes they don't really match how it looks on the lips, but I think it's pretty spot on. Alright guys, so this is the final look using a bunch of products that I got from Sephora and Ulta. I really like the way I'm looking. I'm feeling good about myself, and that's what counts. And so yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And until next time, thank you guys for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you subscribe. That would really help me out. And have a good rest of your day. Bye.